Hi guys, and welcome to another Thrifty Beauty review. Today, instead of a review, we're going to do more of a tutorial. I've been reviewing a lot of these little heart-to-art fingers nail decals. They have some of the sequins and jewels, but unless you have a phone or a device capable of reading or internet access at the time of doing your nails, you may not know how to apply these. And even so, they're not always so informative. So with these are the stick-on kind. What I have already done is I have prepped a nail, and this is Voorhees, and the color is Limoncello. I believe I'm saying that right. Maybe not. It's B024 is the color, but it's a beautiful lemony, limey green color. And I think we're going to choose to put, let me find one really quickly. We're going to put, see some of the decals here. We're going to put a sneaker. We're going back to school here with a lot of the kids, so I'm sending her. Now I recommend having a tool. I picked this one up at Sally's. As you can see, the, I'm trying to get the item number in there for you. Okay, and that was like 69 cents. It's got a hard rubber tip for pushing cuticles back, and this little slant edge tip here, as you can see against my skin. There we go. But this is good for helping pick these up without screwing up the stickiness. So what you're going to want to do is, for me, it's easier for me to start it with my fingernail, and then as I have it, stick it on the end of this. That way when I find my placement, I can just stick it on and unpeel that, and then you go right across with your with your fingernail, excuse me. And once that's in place, if you have any overhang off of an edge, that's where you would just grab a buffing tool and get rid of that edge of that sticker. I would recommend, and you know, let's be brand efficient here, and this is the Heart to Art Fingers clear coat. It's called the Coast is Clear. It's the top coat. So what you do for I mean, you don't have to seal these because they do self-stick, but I would recommend sealing them in, and maybe a layer with the whole nail. But it just gives it that base that it's sealed in, and if you did a sand edge, I would really recommend hitting it there so it doesn't just peel up while you're doing day-to-day activities. If you're like me, constantly doing something using my nail. So, I mean, the stickers, again, I just wanted to show how easy these were to apply. This probably isn't the one that everyone's going, well, duh, I know how to do that. Now on these, I have already polished it, and I have taken a white liner, and the only reason that white line is there is to tell me where my jewels or whatnot are going to go. The polishes used were a dual coat polish to give it a galaxy effect, and I used the Calvin Klein Tutu. You're only going to be able to find this at your outlet stores. I picked it up at Tuesday morning for $4.99. They have discontinued these as far as I've been able to find out, but if you can pick it up at like a Tuesday morning or something like that, you can get it for a good price. And I have a Tutu mixed with the other one is Navy Sparkle. Navy Sparkle is a lot denser. It's a quick one coat style. The Tutu is kind of a gel-based black and gold, so it does go on thinner. And you can see that navy transition underneath it. So those nail colors were used. Now what I was thinking today is I also got this kit, which is the Embelishments nail art. What we're going to show you how to do is these little sequins. These are not the easiest thing to work with. I'm going to recommend probably a couple sets of tweezers. These are so cute. These were from Sally's Beauty Supply. These were like 79 cents. These are adorable. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to apply some sequins to the lined out area on the nail. So I'm just going to drop some down for use. As you can see, they're very fine. And I'm going to densely kind of make a layer. I find this is a little easier to do than some of the other things, like self-picking them up. These are tiny sequins. So what I'm going to do here is take some clear coat, and just where I want that to go, no further up, I will just add a layer the clear coat. Now you could use glue too, but I find that gets a whole lot messier. And then I would roll that tip in the sequins so you get a good cover. We're just going to brush them to the side. You'd want to clean them up and put them in your bag, which I will do, but I'm not going to bore you with those details. We want to do a line of these. These are just rhinestones that are long ways. These we're going to have to be a little more intricate with, so we're going to drop some out like before. I want to stay with my nails. And let me find out which pair of these picks them up better. These pick them up really nice. And what you're going to want to do is, again, the same clear coat goes in a thicker line right above that or wherever else you would want them on your nail. Of course, my guide's not your definitive guide. You pick one of these up and you would drop them and then manipulate them how you want them, and since these are risen a little bit, excuse me, they'll be able to be played with for a second with your finger without getting it on you. You want to make sure the ones you're picking up are flipped the right way. And last one. Now, if you feel like you would have wanted more up to the line of these, you can always go back over with another coat. And see, since I didn't put these away, oh, don't do that. You can go in and even hand press all the way up to the line. You can pick up a few and put them in yourself with the tweezers, just to push up against that line. But as you can see, that's a pretty awesome. Another way that you can put on rhinestones is with the other types of rhinestones, not the other shapes. The more common one is the round rhinestone. Now you can buy sets like these, which this came free with my Hollywood nail stamper. They have many different shapes. You have stars and teardrops and dots and the like of. But there's a lot of them to be seen here. And there's easy as twisting to your area, dropping some out, and getting ready to use them. Now I've already prepped a nail here using 2 nail colors from Sinful Colors. The first coat was done in candy coated, and the tip coat was done in one of their new music line ones, Daddy's Girl. Both of those can be found at Walgreens, Walmart. They all carry the Sinful Colors line. Now once your coats have dried, I recommend, I'm just using some clear coat, not an expensive one. And what we want to do is make a line, a defining line there before we clear coat the entire nail. And I use a pair of tweezers again to pick up the stones, which I've already made sure were turned the proper way. And we just pick them up and start placing and aligning. Now with these, since it'll be a defining line, we want them close together. It's such a nice detail, and it finishes off almost any French manicure you can do. And the color brings the purple colors together. Now, let's say you wanted to do a different stone or a different area. And we're going to grab a couple of these Well, I think I got one. I did. We're going to grab what looks to be a fluke broken one. Let me see there. So I close this just with a twist. This one seems to be, it is. They were supposed to be all purple. That's a silver star. So, it's pretty neat. And we're going to add a drop. You can work that out through the whole entire bottom anyway. My drop was so big. And grab our star. Oh. Touch it in some of the pickup. That's another thing. You can dab this against your nail polish remover as long as you wipe them. Your clear coat to get it to stick onto it. But there you go. You have a star on the edge, and you can maneuver that now that you've got it on over to the edge if you want. But that's how that works. Moving on. Our next thing is to be able to do the glittery nails. The ones that look like they're candy coated. You know, we won't say brands, but at $8 a bottle it can look like you coated your finger in glitter. Except for $1.50 a package at Dollar General, I found these awesome neon glitters. And of course a $1.68 bottle of Fingers Hard to Art clear coat. You don't have to buy that one. And it becomes relatively simple. Now let's say you want a two-tone glitter coat. You want, let's say, a purple and a green, a very popular color combination. Let's move these others out of the way. Start with a piece of paper like so. This just happens to be a scrap piece of art paper turned upside down. And your first color, map out the design in clear coat. And I'm going to do a half, but at an angle. Now these, you could dip it in glitter, but these come with an awesome shaker. So we just shake it right onto the nail. See, no $7 to $20 kits, just a couple bucks. See how nice that stays? Now, another easy to find tool. This was $1. It's a makeup brush from Walmart. But they make the most amazing, just to get that excess glitter right off of there, as you can see. So, give it a second just to make sure it's in all that. And you come back with your second coat. And your second sprinkle of glitter, and you see I didn't waste much. Getting some on that's not a big deal. Especially since when we tap off, and yeah, I didn't get the edges there. But you know, that's actually kind of cool. Because you could grab I can find my silver, a nail art polish, and easily come in and give yourself a better design with that. Make those mistakes into really unique parts. I'll just bring that line down. But it was that simple to have such a glittered nail. And you give that a few to dry. And once you're sure it's dry, you can come back in. And I would come in with a dot. I would not rub my brush over it because you will probably get glitter in your brush. And I would just top coat over the glitter to keep it in. That is such a nice nail. And it looks like almost like an acrylic glitter for a lot less cost.